What is up, guys? It is Clixie back here with another video, and today we are going to be checking out some Rider Republic tips and tricks to help you guys out. Let's get into it. Man, guys, Rider Republic is a tough game. It is a tough game, but with some tips, I think you guys can get a lot better if you are struggling. Now, I'm not the best player. There's a lot of people out there who are better than me, and honestly, I get beat quite a bit. But I just freaking love this game, and you can you can take my tips if you want them, or you don't have to take them. But this is what I got, man. So first off, I'm gonna talk about the settings. So for me, when I start off for the game, I have played other snowboarding games that use the right stick and kind of control the rotations and stuff like that. So I like to use the Trickster control mapping. I like the Trickster control mapping, but a lot of people do like the racer controls. But either way, no matter which one you go with, you're gonna have to spend some time and learn it. You're gonna have to spend some time and really learn it. They also have steep, which I really don't know. Honestly, I don't even remember this being in steep, which it probably was. I just probably forgot. But I just didn't even try that one. So I've been between Trickster and Racer. Both are good. If you like the camera control, that's kind of a good aspect of that one. But I don't really like that. I just like the Trickster. And also, guys, if you're a like new player into extreme sports games, then man, auto isn't too bad. So when you look at auto landing, let's get somewhere where like you can actually see me do some tricks and stuff because it basically lands right for you. Like I'm gonna try and crash here, and it didn't let me. I just tried to crash and it won't let me. Now it will still let you. I don't know. Will it let me crash ever? Unless you come up short. I don't know. Hmm. Yeah. So you can crash, but it is a lot easier to land. And I think Trickster is good for people who are just beginners, man. Maybe you're struggling doing some of the trick challenges and you can't seem to land anything. Man, just go auto for a few games. And if you like that, stay on it. Because truth is, man, this game is all about having fun. And these are really just as much tips to having fun as there are tips to getting better. But I personally use steep landing. I think steep landing is challenging but fun, and it's just like for the I don't know, moderate gamers out there, because you still have to release when you're landing, but also, but also, it is easier to wreck too, and you can do that. So, so another tip is whenever you're hitting these jumps and you're going off them, release early. Just release early to start to know the tricks and know the rotations. First, I would start with the rotations and then like the side to side rotations and the back flip and front flip rotations. All right, so we're going to talk about each aspect briefly and leave you guys with a way where you can try to hone your skills on all aspects. Slope style, by the way, probably my favorite. Just saying. So, the tips to beating elite are to use your but in the bike specifically, the tricks, man, you really just want to start releasing early if you're having trouble landing. But if you want those big points, the combination tricks with the backflip and the spin, or the front flip and the spin with a different grab than you have used before. See how that was a norm? It was gray. That means that it was not a new one, and so I didn't get bonus points for it. You get bonus points for whenever it's a new trick. So you want to variety is pretty nice in this game. So right here, this is almost a complete new trick. But really, if you see your landing, try to set up for the landing and try to just keep I honestly take my hand off the left stick sometimes, or like raise my finger up off the left stick and just try and go straight before the jump, because it's a little bit easier to just stay straight, land, and keep going. And a more advanced trick is to use the switch riding feature on the bikes, man. That is the way to do it. They can give you some nice bonus. So for the bike tricks, man, you really just want to focus on the combination tricks and keeping it fresh and the variety high. You want to see your landing and try to end a little bit earlier than what you think. And if you play on manual, then it's important to stack up those perfect landings, and that can get you a really high boost rather than fighting for that extra flip. So now we're going to go on to the snow tricks, and I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a trick in that. So let's fly down there. All right, so as we hop into this right here, we want to, obviously the best tip on all of these actually is to have elite gear. Elite gear is awesome. But when you don't have elite gear, man, and you're trying to win on these elite difficulties, it's important to stay on your board and not on the ground. So we'll pick a 529, something which a lot of people will have. So I'm going to try and go on elite here and try and win. And I just want to focus on keeping my board on the ground and focus on when I go up in the air, I want to just land on my board. And if I have to finish early, that's fine, because see, oh wow, guys, I get really lucky right there. But a landed trick helps you way more than any landed trick helps you way more than a trick where you crash. But especially on the tricks, on the trick events where you have a certain number of tricks. See right here, we got 18% left, and I got 20 tricks remaining. So I can be a little bit more picky right now because I know it's a longer track, and I got room to pick my big jumps. And like I'm gonna go right over here, and I'm gonna hit this. Not even the biggest jump, but think like you're snowboarding, man. When I'm snowboarding, I'm always trying to hit side jumps. So also you pay attention to the way that you're riding. So you can see that's a backside switch triple misty right there. And that right there is a backside triple misty, which is not switch, it's in regular. So I'm facing the left right now. If I switch, I'm facing the right. And you can resurface or like recirculate all your tricks and get all new ones. This one is the best tip that I like is kind of ignore the score a little bit and just ride, trying to do like honestly gnarly crap, like trying to do some gnarly stuff, and ride like you're trying to do gnarly stuff, man. Like this is a game where creativity is highly rewarded, and so be creative and come up with your own lines and land early, because staying up is way better than risking and falling and falling and falling and falling and falling. So I just took a 529 snowboard and almost doubled their score. So it definitely can be done. As I get a reward, let's see what we get. Just a little bonus card pull. Oh, wow, an elite snow park skis. Let's go, baby. Those are cool, man. I've never ridden these before. Let's see if we can do something cool here. Ah! See, man, risking it isn't always getting the biscuit. So let's go into this race and let's just do a deep snow race right here. And the technique that I use for the snow races is similar to one of the tricks where staying up is truly crucial. So here we're going to pick the 597 deep snow. We're going to try to win on elite, see if we can do it. And you can win on these elite difficulties simply by just trying with your equipment. Sometimes I used to be afraid of all the elite gear ones or the elite difficulty because I didn't have elite gear. But right here, you want to focus on holding out RT for as long as you can and staying as straight as you can. Because if you stay straight and don't move, then you see how he bends his hands behind his back and like kind of like gets down in a position like that. See, that's the fastest position you can go in, and that's the quickest way to gain speed. On these, if you really want to succeed, then don't do what that guy did and throw gnarly tricks like that. and try and just find the best line where you can keep your board on the ground the longest. You typically want to have your board on the ground because that's how you gain speed, and you want to try and just look ahead of you, because sometimes you can get caught looking right at your guy, and then you're always focused on going straight or and trying to adjust. If you look ahead and look up for the next checkpoint as I drill the tree. Well, as I was saying, you want to look up ahead and try and see where your next turn is, and try to be able to adjust quickly so you're not out of position and get behind these races. Let's just do a nice day out. We'll just pick a random one. I don't even know if this is a good one or not. But when using your sprint, man, you really want to focus on saving that up, and you want to use like at least a quarter at a time. And you want to focus on using the sprint whenever you're going uphill or you're on a flat area. Is also important. When you're using the sprint, you don't want to use it right before a turn, because if you use it right before a turn, then you're going to get a lot of speed, you're not going to be able to turn, and you're going to brake. And so then you're just going to have wasted it. So you want to pick and choose your opportunities to use your sprint carefully and treat that as a valuable asset to you winning, because it is. So here off the jump, I'm not going to go and use 50% or 60% sprint. And here I am just letting go of the right trigger when the turn comes, and I am just turning, and the bike will hook and it'll make it around the corner. So here I have a long stretch. I'm going to try to make up some time. So I hit the sprint right there. But realize when you're sprinting, there is kind of a cap. Like once you get so fast, it's hard to get going like much faster than what you were going. If it's kind of like your guys as fast as he can go, as a butt naked guy just comes right by. So right here, you can see 66 I was steady at 66 for probably about a second, and I was just sprint the whole time. So it's not going to go any faster than that. So go ahead and let it go. And right here, I'm just going to coast and save up all that. Hidden trick right there. And I'm just going to save up all that sprint. You also can let go of the right trigger, as I just did there, and you can see how fast my meter recharges. So here I just have, once I have max sprint, you might as well use it for something and then just gain it back. And if you don't see any uphill parts, you can kind of use it wherever. But depending on the race, you need to use your sprint very precisely. And I'm in the grass. Here's me sprinting the whole time. 52.50. That was as fast as I got. Now let's rewind this. 52 was the fastest I got. Now we're going to get on the road and we're going to do it. Okay, I'm holding down sprint, holding down sprint, holding down sprint to the same spot. 68 or 69. 69. Okay, so when you get that, that is the same how it is in the downhill bikes as well. So when you're on these dirt downhills, I'm on the dang road bike again. What the heck? I meant to pick a downhill. Well, same with the downhill, same with the road. It doesn't matter. When you're this small little path here in the middle, you want to try and stay right in the middle of it. And you're way faster on the track than you are off the track. And so while sprinting does help off the track, and there's definitely some times where you can take your shortcuts and bust out the sprint and use it and go across. But without the sprint, if you don't have, and you get off the track, man, you just lose so much speed. And it's so hard to gain it. But right here, man, I'm just gained 6 miles per hour way faster. And you just go so much faster. Your top speed's faster, everything is faster. For the wingsuit, man, I'm gonna be honest, guys, I'm not the best at the wingsuits and the rocket wing, but what I can say is sometimes, man, less is more when it comes to the wingsuit. Dang it. So when you're using the wingsuit, man, instead of getting real close and then backing up like I just did there, so instead of getting real close and then trying to hit LT and back up and go like that and get real lucky like I just did. Man, if you can just stay in proximity and not hold RT down and just ride in proximity and keep that bonus going, you'll do yourself a lot better. Because falling in wingsuit challenges is crucial because most of them have the no backtrack rule or whatever, and they want you to risk it and risk going for the extra points. And sometimes it's just good to pull up, like risking right there to just like I was gonna make it. It's just not worth it sometimes. I like to stay close to the ground to where I can be in like the 3 range. So I'll get down to the 3 range right now. I like the 3 range because I can kind of see what's in front of me. So we're also going to look at the rocket wing. And when we're talking about the rocket wing, man, it's very important to use your boost at the right time. If you can use your boost on straightaways and you can have a decent amount of boost saved up, then it's very effective. But when you start using little bitty boost, it doesn't do much, man. You gotta use like a decent amount at a time, either a fourth or a half is what I go by typically. And here too, you can let go of the right stick and gain boost back a little bit faster, but honestly, not much, and I would not risk that right there. You want to try and use your boost in straightaways, and also, if you can turn on slight turns, if you can turn while you're boosting, a lot of people don't do that. And so take advantage as I totally hit that, yeah, I bet. But a lot of people will either let go completely or put on the brakes for the turns, but they will try and make drastic measures just to make that turn or whatever. But if you look ahead and you try and just move side to side without using the brake. Honestly, without using the brake is a pretty nice tactic for me because it keeps me within control. I don't use the brake, but I'm also not always boosting or holding down RT. I'm like kind of, oh, I need a second. So I'm gonna I can move way easier side to side than I can holding down RT and trying to move out of the way of something. It's a lot more difficult. But man, guys, that's all my tips. Really, the overall things, you guys, is to sometimes less is more. That's really what the best thing is sometimes landing early or pulling up a little early does help you land in the tricks, and then just focusing far ahead of you in the road. And guys, I hope that helped you guys. If y'all Thank you guys for sticking around to this end of the video, and if you do like the content, please consider subscribing or dropping a like. Thank you so much, guys.